Hello students, in this video we are going to learn forms in HTML. As we know that HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language, that is, it is a language which is used to define the layout of a web page, means how the objects and other content should be represented on a web page that can be defined through HTML, which provides various tags to accomplish this task. Now in this lecture we will talk about forms. What is a form? Form is an interactive interface between user and the database, means you gather the information or you take the information from the user in a form in an organized way so that you can maintain the records in a database in the proper manner. In HTML, you can create a form with different elements such as checkbox, radio button, submit button, drop down list, etc. Actually, these are some common types of element which you generally see on a form. You have filled so many form online, for example registration form, or very simple, you have entered the form for your Facebook account or WhatsApp account. So every time you need to enter a form. So basically what is form? Form is used to gather the information from the user so that the user which user enter, that should be organized and can be saved in a proper way. Now let's start with the form. To define form in HTML, a form tag is provided. So form tag is used to create or define a form on a web page. It is a container element, that is, it is having opening tag as well as closing tag. The form element can be input element like text box, checkbox, option box, etc. Now the input tag. This is one of the most important tag which you see to create a form. Basically, input tag is used to get the information from the user in the form of text, or we can say any alphanumeric or any character which is entered by the user. The attributes of input tags are type, name, value, size and maximum length. Type. It describes the type of the input, whether you want to input as a text, radio, submit, checkbox, etc. Name. Name is the name of the element, means you are defining the name for that particular control. Okay. Value. Value is the value which is entered by the user, that is going to be as an input. Size. Size will define width in character. Maximum length. Specify the maximum data length. Now let us see how we can define an input box. So see here, on the form you generally find such type of text box over there in which you enter the value. It is the text box. Okay, so you can create this type of text box by simply using the input and type text. Here this is the heading, registration form. So here they have mentioned in the center heading as registration form, and after that name of the candidate, they have used it as subheading. So H3 subheading, name of the candidate. Now here is the point, how we can define a text box. First you have to write input. After that type, means which type of input you want to have. You want to have the input of the text, so the type is text. After that name of that control. Means here two input box are there. If you want to identify what is the name of this input box and what is the name of this text box for the later use or to in some other part of the programming, then each object, each element of the form can be identified through its unique name. So here we have defined the name for this input box as name. It could be anything. It is according to your choice. It could be A, B, C, D, anything. It depends on the user. And the size means 15. You can enter maximum 15 character. Likewise, enter father name. So again there is a subheading, father's name. Again input, type as text box, name we have defined the name as F name and the size is 15. So in this way you can define a text box on a web page. Let's see an example. Suppose we are going to make a coding for this web page, online shopping, and here we want this, enter your name, and here it is a text box. Then how it can be done? Let's see the coding of that. So as we know that to define a web page, first you have to write the HTML tag. After HTML we are writing head. In the head section we are defining title. Let us see the title is online shopping and the title close. Actually the content which we defined in the title, that will appear on the title bar of your web page. After that head close, because title tag is enclosed within head. After that we have defined body tag. Here we want to create a form, that's why we are writing the form tag over here. After that we want to define this online shopping. So at the center of the page, to CENTR center, that is, let us say H1, we are taking the heading online shopping, heading close, and after that center close. Now we have to define this, enter your name. So I am simply writing, let us say in bold color, B, enter your name. Okay, so it is enter your name. After that you need to create the text box over here. So to create the text box you have to write input, then the type of the input. So here the type of the input is what? Text. So you have written the input type as text. After that name, it is the name of the control, it is the name of the object. Let us say it is T1. You can define any name for here. So we have defined the T1 name for this text box, and after that the size, that is the number of characters which we want to have. Let us say 25. So in this way you can define the text box. In the same way you can define as many text box. Suppose you want to enter the address of the person. So again enter your address, input, type text, name, let us say T2, size say 200 character. In the same way, you can define as many tags you want over here. Now, the second thing, the radio control. Radio buttons are those buttons which you generally see to select any one of the option over here. For example, these are the radio button. By default, it is physics is clicked. If you click this one, then automatically this will be unchecked and the click will be over here. If you click this, then this will be unchecked and the click will be here. So this is the radio button, or we can say that option button. So radio button can be created by the input type as radio. Means here, look at here. Input type as radio. In the text box, input the type as text. Same thing. Input the type as radio. So radio type, it is used to create the radio button. The attributes are name, value, align, checked. Name, it is the name of the field. Value, it specifies the value of the radio button to be stored for the particular option. Means if we want to click on this physics, then after clicking on this option, what value is going to be sent from web browser to the server that we defined in the value. Means the value which we defined in this attribute, that will be sent when we submit the form. Align, it is the alignment of the radio button, that is left, right, center. And the checked means which you want to check predefined. Suppose you want the physics option to be checked predefined, then we have to mark it as checked. So by this attribute we can define the radio button. So in this question they have defined a radio button for 3 options. So they have taken input type as radio. The name of this control, this option is subject, and the value which is physics, and it is checked. Okay, physics, this is the text which is appearing over here. It may not be the case the text which you want to display over here and the value should match. You can write here value physics and you can write here physics subject or anything. So both can be different. In the same way, input type radio, name subject, input type radio, name subject. Now very carefully look at here. The name of all the 3 are same. Why it is so? Because all the 3 are a part of a single option. Means all 3 are a part of a single block. Means if you click on this, then this remaining will be unchecked. That's why they have put the same name. Means under this same name, if you define many more other input types, then all will be considered as a part of this one control. That's why they are having the same name for all the controls. So in this way you can define a radio button. Now let us see how we can do this. Suppose we want to create like this. Payment option. Okay, here I want to have these 3 radio button. It is credit card, debit card or net banking. So this radio button, and I want to check this. So how this can be done? Let us see how we can define this. Now first I am writing this payment option. So here I have written, let us say H3 payment options, heading close. Now we want to create a radio button. Then again input type here is radio, so I am writing radio. Name of the control, so I am writing name as, let us say, R1. Then the value means the value which is going to be submit, I am writing here, let us say credit card. Okay, I want to check it, to CHECKED, checked. After that, the text which we want to display on the screen, that is credit card. And after that, we have to change the line, that's why I am writing BR, break line. Again, input type is radio, name. Now you want to put the name in the same control as we have defined the name here, R1, so we are defining the same here, R1. Value means value is that value when you submit the form, it is sent to the server. Let us say debit card. After that, we want to write the text which we want to display. Let us say we want to display debit card. And after that, BR, break line. Okay. Now the third option we want to create. Again, how? Input. After that, type. Type is what? Radio. After that, name. You want to put the name in the same control, so we are writing the name. Let us say R1 here. After that, we have to write the value. Value is that attribute which is saved at the server. Here I am mentioning net banking. After that, the text we want to display, let us say net banking here. So in this way, now if you want to change the line, then you can write here BR, break line. Now in this way, you can create the radio button. So if we want to create this radio button, credit card, debit card, net banking, so we have written input type radio, input type radio, input type radio. After that, we have defined the name of the control as R1, control as R1, control as R1. We want to by default check the value credit card. That's why we have written here checked. After that, the text which is going to be displayed here, BR is to change the line. So it is credit card, it is debit card, it is net banking. So in this way you can create the radio button. Now the next control. The next control is checkbox. What is checkbox? Checkbox are used to select multiple value at a time. For example, look at here. Maths, chemistry, physics. If you want to select all the three, then you can click on all the three. All will be checked. So this is the checkbox. It can be created in the same way as you have created for the radio button. But the difference is that the input type is checkbox instead of radio. So what is the difference? Here, look at here. Look at here. This is the radio button and the input type is radio. And this is the checkbox and the input type is checkbox in the same way. So if we want to create this thing, then how this can be done? Input type checkbox, name, subject. Actually this is the name of the control. Then the value. In the same way, checked or unchecked. Input type checkbox, same thing here. For example, if we want to make a checkbox like this, let us say items. Here I have I want to make two checkbox. Let us say mobile phone. And second option is, let us say jeans. Okay, I want to make it check as like this. So this checkbox can be created how? In this way. Input. Now what is the type? That is checkbox. Now you have to name the control. So I am using attribute name. Let us say it is C1. Now the value is that attribute which is passed to the server from the client when the form is submit. So I want to submit here like that, mobiles. After that, the text correction, we have to check it to like checked. After that, the text which we want to display, that is mobile phone. After that, BR to change the line. Again, second thing, input. Now the type is what? Type is checkbox. Name, let us say C1, because here both the names should be same because they are under same control. So it is C1. After that, value is that part which is passed from the client to the server. Let us say jeans. After that, the text which you want to display, the option is jeans and break line BR. So in this way we have created a checkbox in which two options are there, mobile phones and jeans. That's why the control is having the same name, C1. In this way you can create the checkbox. Now next control, suppose you want to make here a button to submit the form. Here you want to make the button SUBMIT, submit, means as soon as you click on this button, the information which is entered in the form will going to save on the web server, means whatever information which is collected through this form, it will automatically move from client to the web server from where it can be stored. So for this we need to create a submit button. So how this can be done? Like in your book, see here, submit reset. They have created two buttons. One is submit and another is for to reset the value. So how they have did? Input type submit, input type reset, input type submit, value reset, means this is the value which is going to be sent from client to the web server. So in this way, type as submit or reset, you can create the reset button. In our example, here we want to create a button to submit this. So how this can be done? This can be done with the help of input type submit. So I am writing input. Now type as SUBMIT, submit. Now the value means the value which is going to be passed from client to the web server, that is SUB submit. and control close. So in this way you can create the button. So button can be created on a web page with the type as submit. Now let's revise, then we will proceed further. Till here we should revise it. How we can do this? From the beginning, forms is the interactive interface between user and the database. Basically forms are used to gather or to collect the information from the user, and the information which is provided by the user gets saved on the database at the server's end. To create a form on a web page, the form tag is provided in HTML. With the help of form tag you can create a form. Form is a container element, that is, it is having opening tag and closing tag. Forms can have many controls such as input box, check box, radio button, submit button, drop down list, etc. Input tag is used to take the input from the user. Remember that input is to take the input, and input could be in the form of text, it could be in the form of click, means check or unchecked. So to take the input, in any case you have to write input. The input is the tag to take the input. Now it depends on the type. In what type you want to take the input. If you want to take the input in the form of text box, then the type will be text. If we want to take the input in the form of radio button, then the type will be radio. If we want to take the input in the form of checkbox, then the type will be checkbox. But the control to take the input is input. So input tag is used to take the input from the user. It is having type, name, value, size and max length. These are the attribute. Type, it is a type of the input which we want to take. Name is the name of control. Value is that value which is passed from the client to the web server when we submit the form. Size is the size of the box, how many characters it can be entered, and max length is used to define the maximum length. Now if we want to define this text box, then the tag will be input and type will be text. Remember this. If you define the text box, then the type will be input, the tag will be input and type will be text. What I have tell you, if you define the text box, then tag will be input and type will be text. In the same way, radio button, if you want to define the radio button, then tag will be input and type will be radio. Okay, radio buttons are used to select only one option from multiple options like here. So what I have tell you, to create the radio button, the tag is input and the type is radio. Okay, here remember that the name of all the items should be same, because all the three radio buttons are under one control. That's why the name of that control is subject. If you change the name over here, then there will be different radio buttons. It will not behave as a single object. That's why you need to remember this. The name must be same for all those options which are under one control. Now if we want to create the checkbox, then the tag is input and the type is checkbox. What I have tell you, tag is input and type is checkbox. Again the same thing. You need to remember the name of all the option must be same, because all the options are under one control. That's why you need to define same name for all the options. Now you can create the button for submit and reset. Submit means you are giving the instruction to the web browser to take the content present on the client end to the server end to save it in the database. So submit button can be created with the input type submit, and the reset button can be created with the input type reset. In this way you can create such type of buttons on your web page. Thank you.